What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Star Wars chat, another week, and one of the coolest episodes of The Mandalorian dropped on Friday, and we're here to talk about that. So stay tuned for all of the spoilers, the Easter eggs, and all the badassitude that was in this show. Let's get to this. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode. If this is your first time on the channel, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can stay up to date on all of the content. So we are back for another episode of The Mandalorian, and this was one hell of an episode. With me, as always, is all of my Mandalorians, all of my fellow bounty hunters, and Seth is back. So what's up, Seth? How you doing, man?
Hi, everybody. I'm doing good. I'm not going to say anything about the show until you're ready to talk about it.
All right, because I got to say the spoilers, but I appreciate that.
So, hey,
there you go. He learned his lesson. All right. The Raging Mando looks to be in prison on an Imperial ship. You all right?
I'm taking over.
I'm taking over. You got it over.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. How you doing?
Great. Just hit after hit in this episode, right?
Yeah.
Can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah, this could be awesome. All right. Fellow Night Owl is in the house. What is up, Nilda?
Hi.
Happy birthday to both of you, actually, right?
Yep.
Yes,
today.
it's your birthday today. Yay.
Yep.
Yeah, the Raging Mando's birthday.
Happy birthday.
There you go, man. Awesome.
Happy birthday.
Nilda's was yesterday.
Raging Man.
Yes.
I was worried Seth was going to do that to me earlier this week, but
No. I
I'm
can
Seth
flipping
embarrassed
that.
me yesterday for my birthday.
he did
What?
that to you?
I said Seth got to embarrass me for my birthday.
I did.
Aw.
I did.
I'm
Full
sorry, Nilda.
blast on his channel.
I'm so sorry, Nilda.
It's okay. I was laughing.
That was funny.
And the wise old wizard is in the house. What is up, Craig?
Hello there. I got to start every time that way.
I love it.
Yeah.
Hello
I
there.
need to get you some Jedi robes for that. You know?
Right.
So you could do the whole,
You sound
I
like
got
kind
the,
of.
I got
You sound
the
like
Sith
Hannibal
robes.
Lecter. You sound like Hannibal Lecter. You're like, hello, Clarice.
Hello.
Hello, Clarice.
Hello, Clarice.
Like some fava beans.
Right.
Jedi Lecter.
Jedi
Lecter.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hannibal Knight.
All right, guys. So, again, if this is your first time on the channel, we are going to be talking about The Mandalorian. So, we're going to be doing a lot of spoilers, lots of Easter eggs, lots of stuff that if you haven't seen the episode, you need to get the hell on out of here because you don't want to be spoiled. Unless you like to be spoiled, then in that case, I can't help you. So, either way, this is your last warning. So, now, before we really kick this thing all off, everybody here, what did you guys think? Let's go around the table. What was your brief thoughts on this episode? Nilda, since it was your birthday yesterday, we'll start with you.
I cried. I thought it was beautiful. I first woke up at 3 a.m. and I was like, oh, I need to go back to sleep. I'm still in a food coma. And then I finally woke up at 5 and I slid down on the edge of my bed and put on the TV and started recording everything and just would not stop crying. And I think I cried like 3 times because I've already watched it 3 times.
Nice. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Seen it twice. No, 3 times. Yeah, I'm up to 3 times myself. So I had to do a recording on top of a recording afterwards. It's nuts. Raging Mando, what'd you think, man?
Freaking beautiful episode, man.
Right?
Nice surprises. Kept you going. Now it's just making you wonder what the hell's the last episode going to be. What's the surprise? I mean,
Right.
they dropped a bunch on this one.
They did. We got a lot to talk about with that.
Filoni's just continuing to show he's a master of the universe.
Yup. I was really happy when I saw that he directed it. I didn't realize he directed this one to the very end. Then I was like, oh, well, that makes sense.
I told you guys last
Yeah,
week.
no, they
You did say that, yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm old. I forget things. So. Seth, what you think, bro?
I thought it was a very good episode. I definitely agree with Frankie. Just trying to figure out where this story is heading right now. Because we thought it was going in one direction, and then now we just got hit with a curveball. So, where is this actually leading to? There's got to be some kind of end game for this to lead to. So, I'm just I'm curious to see where it goes. I mean, there were a lot of great parts. We definitely got some answers to some questions that a lot of people were trying to figure out, which was great. But yeah, I'm definitely interested to see where this go. It was a great episode. I wouldn't say it was the best episode of the entire season so far, in my opinion. I still think the episode with when they introduced Bo-Katan and all the other stuff, I still think that was the best episode so far. But that's just me.
All right, Craig, thoughts?
Well, I just stopped crying about 5 minutes ago, but no, just picking Milda. I thought it was epic. I'm gonna slightly disagree with Seth and say that I thought it was one of the best of all of them. To the point of being, I thought it was on with like some of the original trilogy. Not the best of the best moments, but I just thought it was epic. I thought it was really great. The hit the ground running and action sequences were awesome. I thought especially the set pieces were phenomenal. Just the mood of everything was so well done. And, it did have, a few lag moments, but and we'll get into the totality of the story, but epic.
Yeah. Nah, I kind of agree with you with Raging Mando there. Nilda, I was like, I couldn't believe it, man. I mean, I did the reaction video for the whole thing because like I had a couple people ask me about it to do it, so I figured I'll give it a shot, try out to do it. And then you guys want to do the reaction to Ahsoka coming in, and I set the camera up. I get ready to think, okay, I got some time to get myself set up.
Right.
And the whole thing's happening at the beginning. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And right at the beginning, boom!
Yeah.
It's like,
Right.
woo! So, and if you guys are interested in seeing our reactions to this, I'm going to play that right now, so you guys can check that out. Where are we?
Bunch of people running, guys banging on his gong. Some shit that there's a firefight going on in the distance.
Ooh, right at the beginning.
Oh! Wow. Okay, they literally wasted no time saying, hey guys, here's Ahsoka, take her.
Oh, man.
Cool. Wait, I thought Shakti was dead.
My favorite moment was watching Craig's trolling on us saying about the
That was pretty good.
Shakti, man. That was cracking me up.
Yeah.
Crack me up, bro.
Never give them what they expect.
No, I wasn't expecting that. I was like waiting for it. I was like, okay, there's a reaction coming. And he's all like, I thought Shakti died. I was like,
I wanted to,
Super nonchalant about it.
yeah, I know.
I wanted to give you my reaction to another segment in the show. But you were just like, only Ahsoka.
Well, initially when we talked about it last week, I thought only Ahsoka, and then
I wasn't.
That's what we thought was going to be the surprise.
I know, and that really wasn't what
Right.
shocked me.
Nope.
That really wasn't what shocked me in
You
this
saw
episode.
mine. That wasn't what shocked me. It wasn't the same reaction for Ahsoka as I got for the other part.
And I think that has to do a lot with that we knew it was coming, so it wasn't like
Right.
they had already told us, or we had already leaked out that Rosario Dawson was going to play the character. We already knew that this was, more than likely coming in this episode because we were told that it leaked out that it was the Jedi was the final or was the title for this episode. So for me, it was more of just like, when was Ahsoka gonna appear in this episode? The other moment was like, I didn't see that shit coming at all.
No, that was the only one that I was fully in shock about. But it was funny that we talked about it last week, saying that they needed to come out with something for this person.
I was kind of not surprised a little bit, Did kind of catch on. Me and Filoni spoke.
I think you are Dave Filoni.
Correct.
Pull the
Correct.
mask off.
Yes.
You know,
Yep.
It'll be
Reveal
like,
yourself, Emperor
yeah.
Filoni.
we're like
Never been
Mystery
seen.
Incorporated. We're gonna rip off the mask. You know.
Never.
No,
been
that was
seen.
great, man. That was so crazy to see that. That was, look, man. We got to get to that because that.
Yeah,
I
part
wonder
was
if
just
we're all
great.
talking about the same thing.
Oh
We are all
yeah,
Yes.
we're definitely talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
We were
Okay.
talking about it in the chat.
So, what you guys think about Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano? You think
She
did
looks
it?
like her.
right?
Yeah,
She looks like her, and some of the mannerisms. I mean, just the way she talks, the way she's like when she's thinking as she's speaking. I mean, she had all those mannerisms in there.
Right.
Mhm.
There was another cool part that I noticed when the end part when they're fighting, they did that same sequence where she pulls the blades apart like
Yeah.
that. You know,
Yep.
and that was in that episode of Rebels. I never seen anybody like the sabers like that, so I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, there were some people making comments about the head tails that they
Yeah,
felt like it
that
should have
there
been a
was-
little bit longer. I don't think so. I think it looks fine.
well, you know, there's really not a decent barber in the galaxy to go get your tails trimmed. So, you know,
Right.
she's got to make do with what she's got. I mean, clearly she's in a burnt down forest. Where are you going to find a stylist at that time of the day?
Yeah, true, true. They did a good job with the music too. Because like when she appeared, they had that the same music that they played for her in Rebels. I think
Yep.
it was the same
Yeah.
tune. And then when she brought up Yoda later on, they had the music from Yoda as well too. That was cool.
Yeah, that scene was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told
So-
George earlier that like one of my favorite things of the whole episode was the cinematographer. That dude had
Yeah.
some amazing shots in that
Yes.
episode.
Yep.
And it kind of felt like the last season of Rebels or Clone Wars.
Clone Wars.
Yeah, that whole feel because it was. I mean, it was a. Imagine it was like a movie type setting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
I felt like it was kind of like the same cinematographer as the Last Jedi. You know, when they were doing all the, like anything that was close to somebody was kind of like dark and shadow, but the backgrounds were super bright.
Yeah,
So it was beautiful.
Yes.
and they did a good job with like her because you know in the cartoon obviously she's flying all over the place and bouncing around.
Mhm.
They did a good job of masking that in the episode.
Yeah.
That fight between her and Mando that was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad they didn't do any CGI for those fights because I don't think that would have been good if they had done that. They
Yeah,
did a
going
good
over
job
the
with
top
zipping.
with her jumping and stuff like that. I mean, it's realistic enough that it worked.
Yeah.
But the action right off from the start, you know, it's like, damn.
I know.
They do-
I love how they made her kind of like the almost like
The antagonist.
yeah, like it's almost like she's like Freddy or something like that, like
Yeah.
popping out of everywhere. You know, it's
Well,
like
like-
where'd she
Right.
go? Where's she at? And she's like pop behind you and she's killing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
right.
that shit had me dying laughing when she kills most of them, and then you just see like her shadow running around the forest.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like I got like that predator vibe, like where she comes like running up, like running up to the guy, and it's like you know,
Yeah.
it's like you
Oh
just
yeah, when it
forget
showed from
about
like
it, you
her
know?
point of view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like it was like. You know, whatever, like the predator noise or whatever it is. She just comes like running up, and just fucking dies.
I like the thought process, like when she was fighting and she cut that tree and then took that middle piece
Oh, yeah, that
and
was-
hit him with it.
Killer.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Is it me or that whole entire fight scene in the beginning? You know, when they're like banging the drum, it kind of felt like a samurai film.
They did like a Ronin.
Yeah.
Yeah, like very much so like Ronin.
The Last Jedi.
Yeah. We're not calling that. That doesn't exist.
No.
But yeah, it did have a very samurai feel to that. That sequence there, also at the very end when she's fighting the I can't remember her name right now. The main bad guy, the
The
Asian woman.
magistrate.
magistrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when she pulls the robes off and everything, that gave me that whole samurai
Maul.
feel.
Give me like that whole Darth Maul feel again, like when they like take off their robes. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Japanese garden vibe.
Japanese
Yeah.
guard and
Yeah.
the whole thing. Yeah.
Like shit's about to go down.
Dude, and the Beskar staff and lightsaber battle, dope.
Oh,
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was dope.
That was actually a fun fact, and we were actually talking about that this morning. That you know, like I had no idea that the lightsaber couldn't go through the Beskar, which was kind of cool because otherwise, that battle that Ahsoka was having with Mando, she would have chopped Mando to pieces.
yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
I just think it's kind of funny when I saw that when he gets that spear, it's like, well, there goes Black Series. All I got to do is add one little stick, and a whole bunch of money's coming in.
There you go. Another figure's coming out now.
Yep.
Damn it.
Deluxe Mando with the child and Beskar spear.
No, it's no longer going to say the child. It's no longer going to say the child.
Yeah, it's no longer the child.
Hey, we're not up to that part yet.
Spoilers.
I mean, yeah, we'll get there. We'll be there. Actually, we're almost there anyway. So what happens? So Mando comes to the planet. The planet, when he's coming to it, it kind of looks a little bit like Mustafar, kind of.
A little bit.
Like
Yep.
one half of the planet looks like it's all like in flames, and I saw some like
Charred.
lava. Yeah, charred up. And then you got the trees all destroyed, kind of similar to that forest in Mustafar that you see in the Rise of Skywalker. So I thought that made me, other than knowing that, what the name of the planet was, had they not given a name, I would have thought that's where we probably were at that point. Mando goes into the village. He meets the magistrate, and she's torturing people, which I was like, wow, that's pretty dark.
Yeah, that cage thing that they're in was crazy.
Right? You saw where they show the skeleton when he gets electrocuted? I was like, dope.
Yeah.
It's like, man.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
That was rough.
So
The henchman was an excellent casting. I like that guy.
Yeah, that's Kyle Reese from Terminator.
Yeah. Okay, that's who I thought it was.
That's who
but
that
I-
was. I knew that fucking guy
Yeah.
looked familiar.
That
Yeah.
crossed my mind. I was like, I
Okay.
haven't seen him in a while, so I wasn't sure. But that's who I thought it was.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
couldn't put two and two together, but I knew that guy looked familiar from somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joey was screaming the whole entire time. He's like, "Oh my God, that's Kyle Reese."
Yeah. I thought they were going to give us a scene where he's like, come with me if you want to live. Something like that,
Yeah.
Plus,
I
for a
haven't seen
minute
him in
there,
years. I didn't know it was him, but that's who crossed my mind.
yeah, for a minute there at the end, I thought he might switch sides. But then, I kind of knew he wasn't, but there was a little bit like, okay, he's going to drop the gun now, and then he's going to say, come with me if you want to live. But hey. So then he gets his mission real quick, which is another side quest. He has to go kill the Jedi, but obviously he's just using that information so that he can find her. He can find her. And then he meets.
Yeah, because if you go back and listen, you watch it after he talks to Ahsoka, you realize he never did agree to go into killing her.
No.
Yeah.
He didn't.
He never did.
He just said, where can I find her? And
Right.
that's it. Where can I find the Jedi?
Yep.
So when he runs into Ahsoka, I was kind of surprised how she just came out attacking. She didn't even I would expect her to have more of a conversation at first and determine if that's your enemy or not. Then coming straight on at
I
her.
chalked it up to maybe she was observing them and she saw him walking out.
Okay.
Maybe. And then, it's funny how, these planets, they got ships that are always coming in and out, but there's only, one ship. So everybody knows, all right, somebody new's in town.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, or it could be the fact that she knows Mandalorians are hunters,
Yep.
and
But she
saw the
has friends that are
history.
Mandalorians.
Huh?
But she has friends that are Mandalorians.
But maybe he wasn't a friendly. She didn't know.
Well, she didn't know who he was, obviously. So.
She also is on a planet where everybody has been trying to kill her for the past couple 24 hours.
Yep. That's true. I tried to go back to see if there was any Easter eggs in between there. I really didn't see much other than some droids.
I thought it was like a homage to Luke getting attacked by the Sand People in A New Hope. So
Right.
he's looking through the binocular, sees an animal,
Yeah.
and everything was cool. And then all of a sudden
Exactly.
he's attacked.
Oh, good catch.
Yeah.
Good catch.
No, but they
Okay.
needed to show them come in front of the camera. Yeah, the camera needed to get blocked,
Yeah.
But still, no, you're right. That was a good homage to that. That's cool.
Yeah.
So Ahsoka is obviously interested in the child, and the two of them have a silent conversation through the Force.
They're talking like they're fucking best friends. Like they've said, like they haven't seen each other in a couple.
Yeah,
of
right
years.
after that fight.
Yeah.
And then that fight, too, how she got tied up.
Yeah, it was funny. I
So
like
in
that.
the comics, in Return of the Jedi, you see that Luke kind of put his lightsaber up and it cut the rope, but you don't see
Right.
it in the movie.
Right.
But there you can see how she got out of it. That was pretty slick.
That was cool the way she did it. I like how she looked up first and kind of smiled at him, like, "Oh, you're
Yeah.
So that was.
And he's
cool.
trying to back off quick, too. He's like, whoa, Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah. He's like, "Stop." He's like,
Right.
"Bo-Katan sent me."
Like, we're friends.
Right.
We're friends.
Safe word.
Yeah.
Right? Safe word.
That's funny. Yeah, so she has her conversation with the child, and then we get his name is Grogu. And what did you think? Okay, so my daughter, when she heard the name, she looks at me and she's like, I'm not calling him Grogu.
He's still the child
She's
to
still
me.
Baby Yoda to me. That's what she said.
That's what my wife said. She was sitting off screen. She's like, it's Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Right?
I had such issues with that.
I'm okay with it.
I called George. I'm like, really? I'm like, that's the best they can come up with. I'm like, did they do like one of those like panels where they're like, oh, let's see how this name tested compared to this name? You know, it's like, why couldn't you give him like a regular name like Kermit? You know, like,
Kermit. Yeah, that would work well.
Frank Oz.
yeah, you know, but no, we'll
What's his
call
name?
him
Bob.
We'll call him we'll call him Grogu. You know,
It
it's
sounds like a
come
Dragon
on.
Ball Z name.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like he's
Well, I
gonna be
did
like,
screw up. I called him Groku. My daughter was like, really,
Grogu.
Dad?
Yeah, Grogu. Yeah. You know, like all of a sudden they're like, we have to train him because his powers are suppressed, and then all of a sudden he's like, come you know, he does come on, man. They could have came. Listen, I'm happy that they gave him a name, so now we can refer to him as actually like by name, by character.
I love that.
And if it's a boy or a girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't know. We don't
don't know.
It could be a hermaphrodite for all we know.
Hey,
You
I'm
know?
happy that they gave it a name. It's because it sucks. It really sucks trying to tag a video with the child. You know,
Not
and I'm
even-
like, or you know, it's just
Yeah,
difficult.
right.
It's not even that. What's
Take you down the wrong path.
What's
exactly.
frustrating is that when we do videos like this or we buy products and we do the videos on them, like, oh, you know, George is being all, you know, politically correct, and he's like, hey, you know, we got the child here. You know, you see me do one, I'm like, it's Baby Yoda, and then I get people commenting on my video. You know, if you were a true Star Wars fan, you would call it the child and not Baby Yoda. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, fuck you, it's Baby Yoda doing it. You know? But it's like, it's like, come on. But I'm happy that they gave it a name. So now I'm almost wondering if like Hasbro that puts out all the Mandalorian stuff, are they gonna like repackage all their product now and actually put the name Grogu on it?
No, I would
or are they
think
gonna
so.
keep
Hope
it?
not.
Huh?
They're just gonna sell us a new one that says Grogu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I hope not.
Did you catch like their version of making fans deal with it? So when she's testing him
Yeah.
and he says, "Come on, kid," and
Come on,
she's
kid.
like, "Grogu,"
Yeah.
and she walks by him.
Yeah.
Right.
I saw that. I caught that. It's the name. And then we find out that he was at the Jedi Temple before, during Order 66, so he managed to escape Anakin Skywalker.
Like, who got him out? So
Yeah, they said
somebody took
someone-
him out.
Yeah, they said someone took him out, but they didn't
Yep.
say who, which
They didn't say
obviously
who.
that's going to
His
build up
father
to something.
Yoda.
A lot of questions there.
His father Yoda got him out, but when did his father Yoda do that? Yoda
No,
didn't even
Yaddle
get back
did
to
it.
the planet. Yaddle did it.
Yaddle.
Yaddle did it.
Yaddle,
Me
who
and
wasn't.
Frankie are still on this theory
Yaddle.
that
How about Joe
Yoda
Costa
and
knew?
Yaddle got together.
She could have, I
Costa
guess.
was still alive.
Yeah, she was still alive. She could have,
Yeah.
yeah.
They felt the Force, and then Baby Yoda came.
Some people are speculating this is how they could bring Mace back. That Mace managed to get in it, but I don't see that because Mace. Mace got kicked out of the window before he went to the temple. So
he got shot out of the window.
So it's possible, you know, that launch gave him a head start.
Execute Order 66.
I'll just take the elevator.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'll see you. I'll take the long way down. Yeah,
Yes.
but that was cool though that we actually finally got some backstory.
Right.
You know, like
Right.
okay, so he was there, he escaped, and then to protect himself and hide himself, he suppressed his abilities.
Right.
So now he doesn't know how to, you know, he's got to, learn how to reuse them again.
Right.
You know,
Which I've seen that happen before in other stories. So that's nothing different. What else? So what did you guys think about?
Before we move on, the
Yeah.
setting of that, and I messaged you this or in the group when we were chatting, greatly reminded me of the flashback to Empire without being too obvious. You
With
got the
Dagobah?
jet, yeah, right, Dagobah,
Yeah.
and the orange light, even they
Yeah,
had
the
there.
orange light.
casting, and Yoda's theme comes in, and not that this planet looked like Dagobah, but just that entire vibe was kind of a throwback. She goes into the Force speech, touched on it without being too obvious, you know.
Right.
I just thought that was really well done in that entire scene, to a little nod to the past without being
I
too
was waiting
blatant.
for the binds us and penetrates us part.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, she mentioned Yoda. So that was a good, that was a good thing. That got all the Star Wars fans,
I've
really
only
excited.
seen one being like this, or however Chris said it. Yeah.
What did you guys think about her decision not to train him?
Oh, she's a bitch.
I wouldn't go there.
Yeah, she should have fucking trained him.
Nah, I kind of like how they did it though.
I get it.
Oh.
So like my wife, she hasn't watched cartoons or not. She doesn't really know who Ahsoka is.
Mm-hmm.
So to her, cool character, whatever. But us that have watched Clone Wars and know the relationship with her and Anakin, and she's going into, I can see why she wouldn't. You don't want that on you. You don't want that.
During
on
that entire thing, I'm going train him because I want to see Baby Yoda in the Sith outfit.
Cape.
Yeah, no Sith outfit.
The dark robe.
She mentioned that though. She's like, oh, I've seen someone with this amount of fear and hating them, and
right.
So people that don't know any better don't know who she's talking about.
I want to see Sith Lord Grogu.
See Grogu. See Grogu. See?
We'll make you one, Craig, for Christmas. We'll just pick one and put the cape and everything.
Hey, you just buy another one of those sideshow ones. They got 2,000 of them. They're waiting for you. Actually, more like
doing
50,000.
the Attack of the Clones, flips and fighting and all that.
There you go.
That'd be funny. Gotta give him a double-bladed lightsaber. I'm looking at the statue right here. I'm like, man, he's just too cute to go that way. He's got rosy cheeks.
Come on now. He turns and he's got the Sith eyes. It'd be the
orange eyes.
Yeah. It'd be awesome.
I like how Rosario Dawson, I think she did a good job of portraying the pain when she was talking about Anakin. I thought that was cool.
Mm.
So she decides at first not to train him, and then Din convinces her, that he'll help her, if she'll do it. So I think it's kind of fucked up that she, even after all of that, still says no. But that's fine. So they all go back to fight the magistrate and her guards, which is cool. That final sequence fight was great. Between where she was stalking them in the city. I like that they brought back the HK Hunter droids.
Yeah,
that was dope.
Yeah, those were dope.
That was Old Republic game, wasn't it? Nice of the Old Republic.
Yeah. I wish they would have given him the voice, where he was like,
"Oh yeah,
you meatbag,"
Yeah, that would have been cool.
That would have been kind of neat. That whole fight was sick.
Plus the Loth Cats running around in town.
They had a Loth Cat, yeah. That was
so
that.
Saw that twice.
Yep.
Which leads me to we'll talk about at the end.
And
Filoni's final thoughts.
That was one of the
final segment.
That was one of the few times I thought the CG was off a little bit when the one
on the Loth Cat.
Yeah, it looked a little bit CG-ish for me.
I think it was so fast. I just was like, whatever. It's cool.
Yeah, you go back and watch it a few times when you know it's coming up. You can see it's not the one where he's kind of in the shadows, but the one where you see his face and he runs off. Yeah, that one does.
Yep.
I gotta check that.
Which is a testament, being a TV show, of how well this is done.
Right.
So.
True.
Oh yeah. Plus those screens that they have. I mean, they can that shooting studio is just phenomenal.
Yeah. You had said earlier about not over CGing the fights and the flips and all that, and I had entered my mind, but we kind of moved on about sometimes you can tell that they're doing wire work, the traditional, and sometimes you don't know, which is to me that's a great thing that you don't. Again, my over analytical mind,
Yeah, they did a good job with the edits because, you see her jump up on the building, and in the animated series, she can jump very, very high. So it's
right.
It's really neat the way they did that.
Her fight, you mentioned in the chat or whatever that it was the best fighting style since Maul or whatever, and I agree with that.
Yeah, it was
very,
good.
very dynamic.
Yeah,
I think they just made the fight scenes more like how a human would actually, or a person would actually move around,
right?
As opposed to a cartoon.
Yeah, there's weight. There's weight to everything that they do.
There's weight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really cool. Then you see the Mando has his final fight with Kyle Reese. What was his name? Forgot his name.
think they didn't give him a name.
They did give him a name. I just can't think of his name at the moment. I think he started with an H.
Henchman.
Yeah, we'll call him Henchman.
Henchman one.
He didn't survive.
That was hilarious. I don't know what the hell he was thinking.
Yeah, I know. Right? I mean, I really thought he was turning there for a second because he's all like, well, we don't know which side is going to win. And then he's like listening for it. And he's like, yeah, I think I lost. Like,
Yeah.
The fight with Ahsoka and the Magistrate was great. I like the whole battle with the lightsaber and the Beskar. I like how the clashing sounds it worked. And the white lightsabers looked amazing with that dark background. I think that was really well done.
And they had our lightsabers right, too, with the point on the end.
Yeah, with the point on the end. I noticed that, too. And they're
His
stylized.
name, by the way, is Lang.
Oh, Lang. Okay.
Just letting you know. Lang.
There you go. So we got a name, Lang.
And
I
her
looked it
sabers
up. I'm
have
sorry.
her sabers have a unique sound too. It's very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Very earthy and airy. It has that.
And the
weird
points,
sound
the
to it.
point, the tip isn't rounded; it's pointed.
It's pointed, right? Yeah, just like in the animated series. So that's really awesome. Then after she beats him, we finally get the reason why she was fighting for him. She drops that big ass name of Grand Admiral Thrawn, and that really was my reaction to the whole show. That was like, whoa,
Yeah.
Oh,
That
really?
got-
'Cause-
that got my reaction.
Yeah.
See, that's not what I was talking about.
Of
Really?
course you weren't. Seth.
See,
What
you guys were talking
about?
about that. I was talking about the name of Baby Yoda.
Oh, that was a bigger
we were
drop
talking
for
about
you?
That was
Thrawn.
not a bigger drop for me.
Like I wish,
Oh.
I wish I could have reacted to when she said his name because I was like, the first thing I said, man, they gave that little fucker a name. I'm like shit, I'm like shit. I'm like merchandising, I'm like merchandising,
It tripped me out how they just real casual dropped it too. That's what tripped me out. But then
Yeah.
when she said Thrawn,
But somebody called Thrawn last week,
Yep.
and Nilda said they'll do live action soon.
yep.
We're
got-
conspiring against you guys.
We got
You heard it here
Filoni-
first.
Yeah, we got Filoni sitting in the corner.
Yeah.
Don't even know it.
They're on staff.
Yeah.
I wish I recorded my reaction actually with the Thrawn part because as soon as she dropped his name, I actually went, "Holy shit, Frankie was right." I go,
Right.
"Wow." And I was like, "What the hell is going on?"
I couldn't
I
believe it.
immediately thought to last week. I was like, we just talked about this.
So here's
Randomly.
So here's a really good question to ask everybody. Out of the episodes so far, who do you think was the bigger name drop, Ahsoka or Thrawn?
Thrawn.
Easily.
Thrawn.
See, really, I would say Ahsoka.
No, see, again, I feel
But
like
you knew that
going
was
into
coming.
season 2, Ahsoka was coming. We knew that was
Right.
coming.
Yeah.
So
We
it's
never
just a
knew
matter of
about
when.
Thrawn or nothing. I think it was
So
just
then-
more of a bigger like name drop for all of us except for Seth because he wasn't with us last week. It was just because we just spoke about it and how me and Frankie discussed that we loved reading the Thrawn books.
Right.
So that was just a big surprise for us.
Which
And
I just
Thrawn
got into Thrawn
literally-
Ascension.
Thrawn
Yeah.
goes
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I just got the book today, so I was trying to listen to it on the way down to Fort Lauderdale today.
Have you read Heir to the Empire?
I've read Heir to the Empire, yeah.
Because I've been reading the new trilogy and it's like, or the new sets, and it's like, it's
Not
funny
as
how
good.
when an author creates a character,
Mm-hmm.
they put a lot into it the first go around. So he was trying to reintroduce him now, but like, it's kind of like he doesn't go in as much detail with him because there's I've already
Understanding.
you guys should know who this is to
Yeah.
the point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
But they're still good. I mean, they're still phenomenal books.
Okay.
The
gonna try
Thrawn
to go
goes
through 'em.
back to what? Right after Jedi. So I mean, it's literally the first EU stuff.
Right? Yeah.
After that, that's why it's so like incredible to hear.
Yeah, the first thing
That
was
name.
Shadows of the Empire was the first
Right.
book that came out when nothing was out for so long.
Mhm.
And then the success of that book brought around Timothy Zahn doing the Heir to the Empire
Heir to
series.
Yeah.
the Empire.
Right.
Right.
What was the time frame of that? I read them back then, but I can't remember.
I
exactly.
think it was within 5 to 10 years
Yeah,
after
right.
Return of the Jedi.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
5.
Right.
Because
Shadows,
they're
I thought,
just
was
starting to
before,
get the New
though.
Republic together.
Shadows,
So you're
I thought
talking
was during Empire, wasn't it?
Shadows of the Empire was between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi.
And, yeah, that's what I thought. And then the Heir to the Empire was after
After
Right.
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi.
But you're
In
talking
this
about
case,
character that's 30, 35 years old.
Yeah.
And he became Legends, and then Filoni brought him back for Rebels. So if you haven't been watching Rebels, season 3 is where he makes his premiere at the very first episode of season 3. So I went back to watch that. So the significance of him being in this episode is for people who didn't watch Rebels, I guess would be that we've got a Legends character into canon. So everybody's like, yes, that's definitely a big thing. The other significance about this is that at the end of the Rebels TV show, which would have been just before the Battle of Yavin, Ezra was last seen with Thrawn, and he takes these I don't know what they're like, space whales, I guess.
Yeah, space whales.
Yeah. and they attach themselves to the Star Destroyers, and they jump into hyperspace to Oblivion.
Nobody knows where.
Nobody knows where they went. So he's been missing since before the Battle of Yavin to now 3 years after Return of the Jedi, and now we see Ahsoka, who knows that Thrawn is somewhere. So I don't know. What do you think about that? I mean, do you think that she knows that he's back, or that she knows that this woman knows where he may have been, where he may have went?
He's probably back, and my question is, are we going to get an Ezra appearance? So
That's kind of what. Whenever she said that, where to take Grogu to, where and there's a Jedi that will answer, that made me think of Ezra. But then.
no.
Like anybody knows, now you're starting to wonder: are they going to make Luke appear?
Are they making a Luke appear, or because the planet that they're sending it to is Tython? So
Right.
Tython is the home of the Jedi Academy and the Jedi Temple during the Old Republic. So this
I
is.
think it's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I honestly think that he may commune with. I would hope.
Oh damn! I didn't think of that.
If it's Old Republic, then the spirit that would be there would have to be Old Republic. So it could be Satele Shan, it could be Darth or Revan at that point.
Yeah.
If they decide to bring it back, I think that going to Tython could allow them to introduce the Old Republic now, give a warm handoff, which would be cool.
What Nilda just said though too, because like I said, Ewan McGregor was on the set.
Yep,
True.
and he was dressed up as Obi-Wan
He was dressed
Kenobi.
up. Yeah.
That's true.
I forgot who it was that I follow. There was a droid flying around the set, and they caught a photo of Ewan McGregor dressed up on set.
So he's going to appear as a Force
first.
Ghost? Yeah.
Damn, some poor dude lost his security guy lost his job on that set.
Listen to him. George, listen to him.
I said it first.
I know. I said it first. Here we go. Let's see it.
Reveal yourself, Emperor Filoni.
So let's play that out though. So Kenobi is going to be on Tython. Is he going to be a Force spirit?
Well, he has to be.
Yeah, but he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah.
He has to be.
So he has to be.
Okay.
This is after Return of the Jedi, so it has to be. He's been dead for years already.
Okay. I don't know why.
I'm really feeling Ezra.
Yeah, you got Ezra.
Yeah,
See,
I'm really feeling it's Ezra.
See, I thought it was going to be Luke, and that's what I was saying to George earlier. I was like, maybe this is a way they could bring back Luke Skywalker and fill in some of that gap between Return of the Jedi and
him getting the Academy going.
Yeah. Well, yeah, kind of.
I'm still bugging that Ahsoka doesn't just say, "Hey, man, Luke Skywalker is still alive." Send him that way because shoot, she has to know that he's there.
But does she know Luke? But does she know Luke Skywalker?
Has to.
Everybody should at that time. Who killed Vader?
Yeah.
But how fast does really news travel the galaxy?
Nah, man. I think Luke
when she said the line, "There's so few Jedi left," I immediately went Luke in my head.
Right.
Whether that's right or not, but that's immediately what I thought.
Right.
But yeah, Luke makes it. See the winds of chime. It's Luke,
right? The Force. All right, so you're saying Luke.
I'm saying Luke.
All right, so we got a Luke, we got an Ezra, and we got a Kenobi possible appearance.
And that picture that Nilda sent in our chat.
The Sebastian.
Yeah, Sebastian Stan just geared up as Luke. That looked really good.
That would be my second. If I had to give an answer, it would be either Luke or it would be Obi-Wan Kenobi, because I keep seeing online and all these little Star Wars forum pages that I follow, everybody keeps throwing Sebastian Stan's name. I follow him on Instagram and Twitter, and he's been very quiet.
Right.
Okay.
So,
I would love for them to go to the to go to that temple, and all of a sudden the Force spirit of Yoda shows up, and he's like, "Grogu, offspring you are. Welcome. I am your daddy.
So possible Yoda.
Your father I am."
Yeah.
Well, we know Yoda has already come back in the future as a spirit,
Yeah.
so
Right.
he's possible that he can,
Yes,
he can be recreated.
Grogu, daddy
Your
I
daddy,
am.
I am.
Your
Yeah.
daddy I am.
Have your eyes, I do. Yeah.
Your mother's ears you have.
And everybody can
Got
vote
it.
on their favorite impersonation now.
Yeah. You got an empire here. No, your father, I am.
I would love it to be Old Republic, and since they're going into Legends by bringing that
Yeah.
planet up all together, you know, I hope they go all the way Legends and just give us something. Because in other stories, they've had it where they go to a temple and you encounter like a Sith spirit that is, you know, been long dead. So I mean, that'd be kind of cool to see them introduce some other characters.
I just
Right.
want to see Revan.
Yeah,
And then it's a question of what are they setting up for? Because there's a lot of people thinking there's going to be a bunch of spin-offs going. So instead
That's
of
what I
doing
think that's
movies,
happening.
doing these
Well-
spin-off shows.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. Like that's what I was saying. Like in the beginning, like you know, we have all these stories now going in multiple
Yeah.
directions now because you've got the story of Mando with Grogu, you've got Ahsoka's story going on with her trying to find Thrawn, you've got whatever's going on with Moff Gideon. You know, there's too much
Boba
going
Fett.
on. Yeah,
Now
there's
they throw
too,
Thrawn.
I was
on.
about to say,
yeah, there's too
you
much
like
going on
forgotten-
right now.
You've forgotten the end of the first episode already. You know,
Right. Yeah, they've gotten you away from Boba Fett already, and there's something.
Yep.
Yeah, there's
Guys,
something
he's
going on with all
gonna
that.
appear. He's gonna appear at the very last 2 seconds of
Oh,
the
yeah.
season finale, and then we're gonna have to wait a whole year to see him.
It's probably going to be that Thrawn commissions Boba Fett.
Think so? That'd be different.
Yeah, but Boba Fett can't do shit because fucking Mando has his armor from beating a side quest.
Well, he's going to whoop his ass and then take it back.
From hitting a side quest.
From beating a side quest.
I have the power of Fett.
How
Yeah.
about that for like the last, 8 episodes? The last of episode 8 is, you know, you got Thrawn and Fett standing beside him.
That would
Yeah.
be interesting if they brought Thrawn back. But I heard that Ahsoka is not going to appear anymore in this season. So, you know, I doubt that they unless they're hiding that.
See, like
That's
after,
rumor I heard.
see, like after that, I thought this whole thing was gonna be like now my opinion's changing. But after you know the whole episode with Bo-Katan and all that stuff, I thought like they were gonna meet up and there was just gonna be some epic battle at the end, and you were gonna have Mando fighting side by side with Bo-Katan and the other Mandalorian.
I would like
people.
to see that,
and then
and I think it's more likely.
and then Ahsoka, you know, coming in to help them with whatever battle. And because I thought it was leading up to a fight where they were going to fight Moff Gideon to get back the dark saber.
There is going to be, it has to lead to that. They showed those robots on that ship, so there's some big battle fixing to happen. And it's going to take more than just Mando, Bo-Katan, and a few Mandalorians.
Yeah,
there's
that's what I'm
something more
saying.
going to happen.
Yeah.
And then again, this is the second act, right? So like in the first act, you introduce all the characters. The bad guy is introduced. They defeat the bad guy, and then you move on to the part 2, which this would essentially be Empire Strikes Back. So the bad guys should have a win at the end of this one, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Right?
They need to move
Gandalf
away.
and the bad-
They need to move away from that thought process.
I think it's a good thought process. I think the bad guys should win in the second act.
I mean, that's what made Empire so great, right?
Exactly.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, but you can't recreate. You can't try to duplicate what worked in the past and what's going on now with different characters, because we've already seen that fail, because they basically took that same model of Empire, of A New Hope, Empire, and Return, and then tried to roll the same shtick out to The Force Awakens and the Last and the Last
Movies that should not
Jedi.
be named. They did it though.
You know,
They did in The Force Awakens,
but I felt that though. I felt like I was watching the same
No,
movie over
The
again,
Force
just with
Awakens,
different
no
characters.
doubt. The Force Awakens, no doubt, was a rehash of A New Hope. No doubt about that. But The Last Jedi was just a completely off the rails. Like they went a whole other way.
They went too far with. It's like nobody got in a room and discussed what the hell we're doing with 3 movies.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
completely different stuff. So I don't agree with that. I think that in the first act we had 8 episodes with one hell of a cliffhanger, seeing the dark saber. So I mean that I have to believe is your main quest. You know, even though he doesn't know it's his main quest, that is going to be where we're focusing on. I think the bad guys are going
Oh,
to win.
what
this
if he
one.
gets the dark saber?
That would be cool. He becomes Mando.
Yeah, what if
becomes
he-
the Mandalore?
Yeah.
Nobody will be taking their helmets off anymore.
I can't breathe in this damn thing. Keep it on.
Keep it
this
on.
is the way.
This
Is the way.
Yeah, I have to think that the bad guys are going to win, and I also have a thought that what if Ezra has turned to the dark side at this point because he's
That
been
would
lost
be
in space.
awesome.
So
That'd be a nice little twist too.
he
Yeah,
did have
that would
some
be a
evil
nice
tendencies in the show.
Yes, he did.
So
I listen. There's before this whole show ends, regardless however many more seasons they make, at some point there is one thing that I desperately want to see, and I don't care. I just want to see Grogu wield a lightsaber.
Right.
That's all I want to see. I don't care about anything else. I just want to see him wield a lightsaber.
As a Sith.
Why did I know you were going to say that?
Hey, maybe he wields the dark saber. Who knows?
Yeah.
He
He
uses
becomes
the force.
Mandalore.
He uses the
He
force.
becomes
and
Mandalore, have a little baby Yoda outfit.
I am Grogu,
I'm
leader of
joking with all
Mandalore.
that. If that happens, I'll be like, oh.
I wonder if they're going to ever have him speak.
Yeah, right.
Episode. What are we on the fifth show that we've done of this, or
Fifth
the third?
episode, so we got 3 more.
No. The talk show that we've done so far.
It's
What is this,
episode
our
5.
Okay, so we've done 5 episodes. So mark this point at 46 minutes and 38 seconds. Craig called Baby Yoda a Sith, and it's gonna happen.
Have a patent on the t-shirts already.
Yeah, you should make the shirt where you have him, and then you have which way will he go, and it's like red pill or blue pill.
Yeah.
Let's see how far down the rabbit hole you're willing to go.
All right. Well, as always, guys, thank you for joining us for another episode of the Star Wars Chat. We'll be back again next week with another episode of The Mandalorian. Let us know in the comments where you think this show is going. I'm interested to hear it. I'm sure everybody else here is. So let us know in the comments. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Until next time, keep it marvelous, and may the Force be with you.